Ever wondered how huge companies like Domino's manage their business processes across thousands of outlets with a robust ERP software? Hi there, finance professionals. Welcome to our new series where we break down the need and importance of each step in the ERP implementation process with the help of an example.
Next is support. Support is very, you can't say very easy, but it's a smooth phase if your uh, go live is proper, your user trainings are done, all of the previous steps in your implementation has been proper and thorough. Support becomes very easy because you don't get much. So you can focus. There are two parts in the support. One is you clear out the mess that is there, and other is focus on new changes, new automations, and new processes. Now, if I have to take support, I would take a real life example of you booking, buying something online. Connectivity issue ho gaya, and the money is debited from your account, but the product says that, oh, you haven't, booked it. So you call in someone, you be like, oh, Mintra Pay, I have booked my product. The money is debited, but it's not showing in my orders. So there is a team that comes up and like, oh, they'll help you out. Support is not basically that, but a wide picture of what you can understand of support is we are always there. Other is when we get automations, such as bank integration. If a company is still following upload download functionality, getting in that integration with the system, that can be taken up into support. Any new automations that were not catered to in the implementation can be taken as support or phase 2. This is what support basically is. You are catering to old issues, also you are catering to new automations that are there. User manuals are there. Okay, so user manual is basically we have a proper user manual prepared with all of the steps which has to be followed in the new system. That is done from our end. Now just take an example, you get a new oven or you get a new TV, or for that matter you get a new earphone. There is a small manual that is there of how to operate it. Correct? That's exactly what we do with our ERPs as well. We have a manual that you can use, you can go back to, you can check that, oh, this is the flow. One major benefit of a user manual is knowledge transfer. If someone new comes in, you don't have one person, you don't need to have one person to sit beside them and be like, ye aise karna hai, ye aise karna hai, ye aise karna hai. You can give them the manual and be like, go through this. This is the basic. If you still don't understand, then I am there. But if you understand, you can follow the basic process. So that time constraint becomes a bit less, and it's always good to have a thing to go back to and look at, because we are humans, we tend to forget things. So it's better to have something in place ki, oh, मेरे पास वो user manual है ना, मैं वो देख के process follow करता. That is the main purpose of having a user manual. Manila has a question.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes. So
Can
yes,
you
ma'am. Yeah,
also, so
Vanilla.
she's asking, can you also explain what a parallel system run is and how to determine the duration of a parallel run? We do not tell clients to have a parallel system run because it becomes very difficult to keep a track of what is going on in the old system and the new system. But if the client still like insist that they want to run it, it should not be more than a month. But we do not. We are totally against having a parallel system run. Mayuresh can say otherwise, but I don't think this would be a great you can say solution. Having a parallel system run creates a lot of confusions, not only for cutover activities, but as a whole, because we have seen it in Prudent. There are still invoices that have been booked in Tally after we have done the go live, which becomes very difficult for us to analyze because double booking ho jata hai. So we don't.
Also, the how do we determine whether we should go for a parallel run or not? It actually depends on the quantum of transaction, because the same team is expected to post transaction twice. One is in their legacy system, the other is in the new system. So it actually depends on the quantum of transaction. But otherwise, we generally don't follow this parallel approach. We directly cut over and move on to the next or rather the new system. That's what approach we generally follow.